The Art of Waiting Your Turn by Alex the Virgo. Shout out to Alex the Virgo. Let's get to it.
I'm looking at everybody having a blast. People the same age as me in college, they going to parties, they going on trips, they with their friends, they making money. I'm sitting there dead broke, not having fun, not enjoying life. But I just waited my turn. I ain't really complain for real. I just waited my turn.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Been there, been there.
My turn, fool. Now look at me, fool. It's people saying that about me now. You feel
Going
me?
crazy.
Wait your mother turn, bro. Your turn gonna come, bro. I promise you. Your turn might not be now. You might not be ready for it now. People be rushing for their turn.
You gotta wait your turn, because I let a lot of people, pass me, and I was sad. I would get like discouraged, but now that it's my time, I'm like,
if God say it's this time right here, it's gonna happen. But if it ain't your time right now, don't beat yourself up. Just wait your time. Right now, he taking you through some steps that you need to know.
The art of
Now, before he starts getting into his bag, I'm gonna get into my bag. But first, I want to say Lotto specifically. She was rapping since she was 15, and she just now getting on in her late 20s, like really blowing up and getting on. She was on TV and all of that. She was on like a show and all the show and all that. Go look it up. Lotto been rapping since she was a kid, just now getting on. So it took her 10 plus years to really get on, and really reach those crazy peaks. So, the comparison is the thief of joy, man. Don't sit there and beat yourself up because you seen somebody blow up in a year. You saw Queso blow up in a year, and you've been streaming for 3-4 years, and you still ain't pop off yet. That was his time to blow up. He did it a certain kind of way. You didn't do it that way. The way he do it now, you can't even do that no more. Like I feel like those I call it the Queso rules, but you can't even do it how he did it no more. So you got to find your own way. You want to come up in your own way. All the people that you see blow up, they're coming up in their own way just by being them. So you got to be you. You got to stay humble, beat the odds, do numbers, and remain humble type shit. Like on that song with Drake and Future, used to this. Like, beat the odds, do numbers, and remain humble. Like, let's get into it.
of waiting your turn. Most people don't even know how to wait an hour in between goon sessions. There is a lost art known as waiting your turn. Delayed gratification. Staying down until you come up, some call it. The whole
Stay down until you come up. Facts.
Seem to struggle with this as the days go by and the number of TikToks increase. And, I want to blame it on TikTok since, that's what most of us commentary channels do when there's any problem in today's world. But the truth of the matter is it comes from somewhere deeper. And TikTok,
social media as a whole,
just amplifies and exposes this already forsaken reality. Let me explain to y'all the art of waiting your turn. The year was 1984. Before there was Lil Nas X's, there was Dennis Rodman. The NBA was full of coke sniffing, disco dancing, African booty scratcher looking basketball players. Basketball was completely different. Shooting
Respect the great Manu Ball, man.
Manu Ball, shout out. Everybody was a force to be reckoned with. Yet at the ripe age of 21, this one young man had the whole league shook. This young man stood out above the rest. He jumped out the gym. He contorted his body in ways others couldn't. It was almost like he was soaring through the air. People feared him despite him not being extremely tall or muscular. That guy's name was John Cena. No, I'm playing. It was Michael Jordan. All Michael Jordan wanted to do was win games, bets, and more importantly, championships and trophies. His only problem was he was a little undersized muscle-wise, and his teammates were a little booty cheeks. So he needed to learn when to hold the ball and when to pass the ball. So he started working.
Yeah, like he got drafted in '84. Like back then, the Bulls had nobody. It was all him. They gave him the keys as soon as he got there.
Out. He found ways to innovate and become a master of his craft. And he ultimately elevated and became the person he needed to be. And in 1991, years later, he went on to three-peat, winning 3 NBA championships back-to-back, winning finals MVP all 3 times.
He got drafted in 1984, didn't win his first championship until 1991. So that's what, 7 years. 7 years of delayed gratification. He knew he was a great player. He knew he was one of the best players in the league, but he just couldn't get over that hump. He kept losing in the playoffs, even getting swept before. But once he got to that stage, that final stage, he went on to go do, after 1991 when they won, he ended up doing it 5 more times throughout his career, never lost. So he was at this great level. When he was at his greatest, he didn't lose. And that's something to strive for. And this is somebody, if you don't know Michael Jordan's story, he got cut from his varsity team. Still ended up killing it. Still ended up making the team the next year. Going crazy, getting recruited, going to North Carolina, hitting the clutch shot in the finals. I think they won a national championship too, if I'm not mistaken. Like, delayed gratification, man. You gotta keep grinding, keep your head down, keep working, and then you gonna get to where you gonna get. Work smarter, not harder, and you're going to get to where you're going to get.
A year off, came back, and did the exact same thing. And what always stuck out to me about MJ was that he had to be Michael Jordan, the Black Cat, Air Jordan, for 7 years straight before he even got his first championship. If he would have slacked in that 7-year period or going, I'll just cruise by, as a lot of players do because they get millions of dollars and that's what they've been waiting for their whole life is money. If he would have said, I'm just going to cruise until it's my turn, he would have missed his window. He would have never got a shot at a championship, I'm sure. But he instead gave his all at all times, no matter which game, no matter which practice, no matter who it was. And that's what separated him.
He was playing with a chip on his shoulder.
I feel like in today's world, a lot of people confuse being ready with God being ready. Just because you are ready doesn't mean it's your turn. That's why it's called waiting your turn. Most of us get caught in that your part because we all have a sense of entitlement, and that ends up clouding our judgment and vision. Another big part of waiting your turn is trusting in yourself, because a lot of the times while people are waiting in line for their turn, they end up getting tired of waiting. They try to find somebody farther ahead who got in line earlier, or they just flat out go home and say, I don't even feel like eating no more, I'm gonna just go to the vending machine. And it all stems from a lack of trust in self, because if you trusted in yourself like Michael Jordan, you would be fine waiting 7 years, less or more, because you know you already have it. It just takes its own time to manifest in the physical. And most give up in between this waiting period. One person that did not, though, however, is one of our favorite guys to glaze these days. South Carolina's very own Duke Dennis.
The big drop.
I see so many people online talk about him like he's an overnight success, and they have some sort of jealousy because they don't have what he has. Little do they know it has nothing to do with the material though. You know, it's like people are in line and they see that he's finally got to the front of the line. He's eating, he has all the most delicious food, and he's getting full. He's having a fun time. But little do they know this man was sitting in line before half of us was even born. That is not a joke to say he's old.
Yeah, it's just like I was saying, you know, earlier. It's just like sometimes some people are ahead of the game. They're ahead of the game because they started their journey way before you started your journey. So you can't sit there and be like, damn, man, look, he blowing up now. But you don't realize that it was a 5-10 plus year grind before that led to this now blow up that's happening for this person now. If you look at all the members of AMP, they all blew up in their own right first, and then they got together and really took off individually and together as a conglomerate.
I know it sounds like that, but genuinely, I was born in 2005. This man was born in 1990 something. So
yeah, I was born in 1991. I'm 34.
All the way up until about 2021, we just stream and upload videos of 2K.
Yo, that's good.
And what's crazy is I was doing YouTube when I back even before then. Like I was doing YouTube in 2010. As far back as 2010, I was doing videos back in 2008, like 2006, and it's just I didn't have I knew you could when the partner program had just started in 2010, 2011, and they had emailed me and it was like, okay, we'll let you know when you're ready. But it's just I couldn't keep up with it. You know, life happened and I just couldn't keep up with it. You know, I had a girlfriend, I was on the basketball team, I was playing football. I had a long commute from home to school. I didn't always have the best equipment. I had to point a camcorder at my TV to get gameplay, you know, but and I do regret stopping because I would have definitely been on right now because look, he started uploading in 2017 and it's now 2025. Look where he's at. If I kept uploading from when I was in 2010 up until now, who knows where I'd be at. I'd be out of here. But I can't look at that. I can only look at now. I've been doing this now for about 4 years since 2020. And I'm going to keep going. If it take me till I'm 40 to pop off, then it take me till I'm 40 to pop off. But I'm gonna keep going because I'm gonna be 40 anyway with regrets. So why not just keep trying?
This your boy Dude. Dennis, y'all don't even know me yet, but y'all gon' know me.
But he was in the trenches for most of his life and half of his YouTube career.
Me last night to my boy, you ain't the best stretch big. I said, I don't care, but I'm giving you straight green buckets.
Duke, at the age of 23, was sleeping on his mom's couch in a beat trailer, no job, no huzz, and to put the cherry on top, he watched his cousin take his last breaths by the hand of another nigga over a misunderstanding.
And then start shooting at me. Me and Dre linked up, bro. And I told Dre, bro, I was like, bro, I said, bro, I think he dead, bro. When I finally get up to him, he laying on his stomach, bro. The nigga shot my cousin in the back, bro.
Crazy.
This was all in the midst of him uploading 2K videos. He literally was the most down bad you could be. L after L. They just kept coming. It seemed like there was nothing good coming for him.
About a month in, I had got my first letter. The letter was from my girlfriend, bro. It's over. I'm in the army. I'm sitting here going crazy. I'm like, baby, don't leave. Not when I need you the most. Don't leave, though. You know what I'm saying? Please.
But he kept his eyes focused on his vision. He kept uploading every single day for 2 years straight, no breaks. He continued to wait his turn. I'm sure after all that, he felt like he deserved a break. And
good views too.
He did. Like I said, just because you're ready, and even sometimes you think you're ready, that don't mean the universe is ready to give you what it's going to give you. Dude kept going, and by 2K19, so that would be late 2018, going on to 2019, he was one of the biggest content creators in the 2K community. But even still, the same way how Michael Jordan made it to the NBA, but he didn't get the championships he wanted, it's almost the same story with Duke Dennis, because although he was big in the 2K community, it wasn't nothing like how he is known outside of 2K. People know him for motivational talks, for just looking good, for just getting girls basketball, etc. He was just known specifically for 2K, and on a broad scale, he still wasn't that big. Until one day he shot that one video.
The video that changed his life.
When you see a baddie at the party,
this is what did it.
They changed my life right there.
This is how you gotta. That's how you gotta play it though. When you got the girls. I mean, me personally, I would probably say something, but if you walk in a room and it's guys and girls there, and all the guys know you, all the dudes is dapping you up, happy to see you, all the girls is looking at you. You might know some of the girls. You might give another girl a hug. The girl that you trying to get with, you look at her, you already got her. You got her. You got her when you walked in the room and everybody knew who you was. You had her right then and there. So that's all you really had to do.
I woke up that next morning. I had actresses, WNBA players, female artists, Instagram models, everybody DMing me. No cap.
He waited his turn.
Went crazy. And you know he capitalized. You know he knocked a few of those off.
Felt like they made it. He already made it out the hood. He already was touching 100K a month, but he still kept going because the mission wasn't over. And look at him now. To having no car, being cheated on, feeling ugly, being broke. After waiting your turn, all the curses would then turn into gifts. Everything he went through prepared him for what was coming towards him. But you also realize, since you just kept your head down and you kept going, you kept working, you don't even realize how long, however long it is that it takes you to get to where you're going, because you were just so in love with the process and the journey. If you don't prepare yourself to receive what you have, if you don't suffer, then you're not going to be able to appreciate your gifts and what God has blessed upon you.
Right.
Getting off, I'm working on myself. You want to work? Getting off, working on myself. I'm grinding 2K, and now, you know what I'm saying, 2K17, 2K18, 2K19, 2K20. Hey, I went hard, and now I'm in a position, look where I'm at, look what we doing, look at my life right now.
Killing shit, man.
It might not happen.
That's powerful.
You know what I'm saying? It might take 5 months, 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years. It might take a little long, but that's how you really know who want it.
I remember I heard somebody say that God is delayed gratification and the devil is instant gratification. And ultimately, the universe tests you before it gives you what you want to make sure you learned all the lessons to not only maintain what you get, but again, to appreciate it. And this
I believe in that.
It's a lot of people a lot of the times. Right when all they got to do is dig 1 more inch into the ground to get the gold, they give up. Or they take the temptation from the guy saying, yo, come this way, I found a little bit of gold over here, instead of just focusing on this one.
It's like that meme that whoever drew that cartoon where The guy's digging. He's been digging for miles. And just on the other side, if he would have dug a few more feet, he would have got to the gold. But it's a guy on the other side. He's digging. He kept digging, and he got to the goal. But the other guy quit and turned around right when just before he hit the goal. Crazy. You could win tomorrow. This video right here could pop off and get 50,000 views, and I could get mad subs off of it. And next could be the video that sets my shit off and changes my life. You never know. Or a combination of things could happen. But I wouldn't know if I don't keep going, right?
One wall right here. You just dig one more inch deeper. The gold's right there, but you let somebody come and take you. Yo, come on, bro. I got a job for you, bro. I know you're broke right now. Come, bro. I got this job for you. You let your parents, you let everybody else, you let all these voices, this temptation stop you when you're this shy of getting what you want. It low-key reminds me of the 2016 XXL freshman class. I remember when they first came out, them as a whole, the hip-hop world collectively really just hated them. You know, they were different. They called them the mumble rappers, or they said they were a little too feminine, like, you know, Uzi, and just all these things.
They still say that.
Traditionally what was. They essentially were trying to gatekeep them from entering the hip-hop sphere because they were what was.
But it's
they
crazy.
Essentially were like, you know, Uzi, and just all.
But it's crazy because if you look at the people that they crossed out, the Kodaks, the designers, the 21 Savages, the Lil Yachty's, the what's his name? Kodak. Yeah, I said the Kodak Blacks. Like, they crossed out all of those names, said they were trash, and those artists ended up being way more successful than the Anderson .Paaks, the Little Dickies, the Dave East, and the Denzel Currys. Not to say these guys aren't successful in their own right. They haven't paved their own way. Lil Dicky even got a TV show, you know. But these guys turned into superstars and defined generations. Well, give or take without designing. He really only had like 2 hits. But like these rappers and then him, they define generations type shit, which is just crazy.
All these things because they went against traditionally what was. They essentially were trying to gatekeep them from entering the hip-hop sphere because they were in fear of them ruining it, when realistically they were just changing and evolving the rap game. A lot of your modern day rappers today were heavily inspired and influenced by them. If they didn't kick the door open, it's a good chance that most artists today wouldn't even be around. And that was the temptation, the instant gratification. Because they could have let the noise win, taken that and got instant validation from the OGs, the fans, the charts, the money, the success. And some did do that. They did whatever white viewers and the consumers wanted.
Hold on. Like right now, I keep having to pause the video and answer my work phone. Like I'm clocked in right now. I'm blessed to be able to work from home, but right now I'm clocked in and I got to be answering his work calls while I'm trying to do this video. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's the grind. You got to keep grinding. You can't stop like, I'm working so I can't. No, find a way. Even if I had to go to work, I would still come home, be tired, still put out content, bro. And that's what I was doing that's what I was doing like the first year when I was like working in the office. I was still coming home, knocking out content, still coming home streaming, you know, whenever I could, whenever I had the energy. There's no excuse.
Wanted to hear, like a Lil Pump who did what everybody else wanted to see instead of evolving and finding his own sound over time. But look at how far their careers went over the 2016 XXL freshmen who came up at the exact same time as them. Although at first it looked like a failure and it was extremely painful being them at that time, it was essentially an uphill battle. The war was ultimately won. They waited their turn.
Indeed.
And that's why we still know their names today and cop their music. Wait your turn. Stop looking at everybody else's plate or getting angry because you see everybody else eating. Don't let the hunger trick you out your spot, because not only will somebody else take your spot as soon as you leave it, but trust me when I say you will look back and realize that if you would have just waited a little bit longer, it would have been your turn.
It would have been your turn. Right. Like I just said, like you could win tomorrow, but you gonna quit today because your video got 30 views. Because nobody shared your video, because nobody's helping you out, nobody's recognizing you. This is the thankless hobby / career. Like nobody's asking you to do this. Nobody needs for you to do this. You're just providing information or entertainment or education to people. And it's nobody has to watch your videos. Nobody has to donate to you when you stream. Nobody has to comment and like your video. But if you can get a lot of people to do that, then that means you're doing something really cool and really creative, and you should keep going. So if your heart is really in it and you really enjoy making content, you really enjoy getting in front of the camera and, you know, showing off one of your skills or showing off what's on your mind, go for it. If not, then it just ain't for you. You have to want to do this. It's not something you just do and then you just blow up. No, you have to want to do this. All right. So, y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. All right. So you already know the vibes. We definitely doing part 2. I'm gonna record part 2 right after this, actually. So you already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy JusticeXFalls, and we are out. 1.